Authorities in Ontario are giving an update on a student arrested for criminal threats. Let's listen in.
And a community from being devastated from a senseless act of violence. I also want to thank Principal Dykhouse for listening to his students, for taking that student's concern seriously and reaching out to us. In addition, I thank the Ontario Christian Schools for their patience and not compromising our investigation by releasing information before we were able to take Villaseñor into custody. I also want to acknowledge the officers and the detectives, who worked diligently, displaying the ultimate level of professionalism to investigate this case and determine that Sebastian Villaseñor had every intention to take the lives of his innocent people. Lastly, I would like to recognize District Attorney Jason Anderson and his staff for their vested interest in holding Villaseñor accountable for his malicious intent to take the lives of others. I'll have Principal Dykhouse come up to give you a quick statement, and then if you have questions, we'll answer questions after his statement. Principal?
Yeah. Well, I would just like to take a moment to extend gratitude. We're grateful to God for his protection. We are grateful to the Ontario PD for their excellent work and how responsive they've been to us in handling the situation. And as Chief Lorenz mentioned, we're grateful to a student who was brave enough to say something when they saw something that was off. And so on behalf of Ontario Christian School, we just want to express a lot of gratitude. Thank you.
We'll go ahead and ask any questions that you may have, and I'll just call on you if you have a question.
Can you just repeat, I'm sorry, the type of guns he had and the ammo?
I can. So there was over 1,000 rounds of ammunition. The guns that we took out of his residence was 7 rifles, 2 revolvers, a handgun, and a shotgun. Yes, sir.
Would it be fair to characterize what he had as a hit list?
He did not have a hit list.
Okay.
Yeah, there was not a hit list. There was not a manifesto. It was through interviews in our investigation that we were able to determine who the victims were.
Were there any specifics as to why he was targeting these 5, potentially 6 people?
We believe it was through some social interactions that he had with the other students.
Does this student have any prior contacts with law enforcement, prior record?
He does not.
Would you describe him as a loner?
I would not describe him that way. I don't know if he was a loner or not.
What are his parents saying? Have his parents been contacted?
His parents have been contacted. They were cooperative in the investigation. And I'm glad you asked that question because his parents lost a very young man, who has charges on him, and our sympathy and condolences go out to the family of Sebastian Villaseñor. It's an unfortunate incident that this is the mindset that he had, that he thought he had to do this.
Was there any indication about what his timeline was? When did he expect to implement his plan?
He had an obsession with the Columbine shooting. The Columbine shooting happened on April 20th. April 20th this year happens to be on a weekend, so we believe it was going to be sometime around that time frame.
When?
April 20th.
Where is he right now in custody?
He's in custody at the West Valley County Jail.
You said he was looking at response times. Is that something that you found kind of him searching for online?
Correct.
How soon will he be formally charged?
He was formally charged today. The district attorney filed the charges today.
Can you go over those charges again quickly?
Yes, ma'am. So he was charged with 1 count of attempted terrorist threats and 5 counts of attempted murder.
What's his age?
His age is 18.
Chief, maybe you can just mention something about, this is on the heels of what we're seeing over the celebration for, Kansas City Chiefs. And then now something like this obviously was thwarted, but is there anything to be said about that?
I think what's important is we learn from these critical incidents that happen, and we continue to train, and we continue to evolve, and we continue to instruct people that you're not bothering someone. If you see something and you feel uncomfortable about it, you have to say something. And We get, at the Ontario Police Department, we probably have over 100 threats of school shootings within a year, and nothing has ever been this serious, or we believe this credible.
Is it possible to ask Mr. Dykehouse a question?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Sir, I wonder, the young man, I assume it was a male who came forward to say that he had these conversations with a student and was concerned about his safety and that of his classmates. Can you give us any sense of his demeanor? I know it's been mentioned that he was very brave to come forward. We know, of course, that all these kids face a lot of peer pressure. Just tell us a little bit about that conversation and your thoughts about him.
Well, I wouldn't be at liberty to mention anything about the student in particular. What I can say is I'm grateful for the relationships that have been fostered between students and our faculty, that this student felt comfortable enough to come forward. I believe it was a direct result of feeling comfortable with an adult to talk to about this very sensitive issue.
You routinely have conversations with students about coming forward and sharing anything they might hear that could be potentially dangerous?
It's part of our security protocols, yes. We make sure that students know if they see something dangerous, they need to say something. Yeah.
In light of this incident, is Ontario Christian Schools planning to possibly implement any other additional security measures on campus?
Well, I think the way that this situation unfolded points to our security protocols working. We're always going to reevaluate, but we are quite confident in the layered security approach that we have, and I think we would be bolstering what's already in place.
And the student was a senior. Had he been there since he was a freshman or even prior at Ontario Christian Schools?
The student had been at our school for 2 years.
Okay.
Was there any indication prior to this that he was extremely troubled or potentially violent?
There would have been no indication, and there was no prior discipline that would have suggested such. No.
Would you
I wouldn't. No.
And you were listening to a news conference with the police department and Ontario Christian after a student was arrested for criminal threats against the school. Lauren, you and I have been taking notes here. 1,000 rounds of ammo, 7 rifles, 2 revolvers, a handgun. This student had planned on hurting 5 to 6 of his former classmates because of some sort of social interaction. He felt slighted. He was obsessed with the Columbine shooting, and something had intercepted this shooting before he had planned on going forward around the same date as the Columbine shooting.
There was a fellow student that gave a tip to school administration that elevated the situation, and law enforcement was able to get involved all before any thing was carried out. But the police authorities there making clear, in their words, they say he had intentions to take the lives of innocent people. He is now in custody, facing serious charges. And our Shelby Nelson is covering this story. You heard her in the press conference there asking some great questions. We'll catch up with her a little later in the show.
In the 5 o'clock hour, again, that student's name was Sebastian Villasenor, KTLA.com for more information.